Blink up, ayy. You just hit my line for the wind down. There's only one thing on my mind when you come around me. I get lost in where you found me. Want you to use me. You let her confuse me. Don't wanna hide the fact that you make me feel that way. Want you to give me play. I see it in your eyes, you're lonely. Come put that body on me. I hit it right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. They can't do you like I will. Nobody do you like I will. I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. They can't do you like I will. They can't do you like I will. Like I will.
I treat you right, I will.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. I treat you right, I will.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel.
I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby. Know how to make you feel. I hit it right, I will. I treat you right, I will. They can't do you like I will. Like I will. Pick up the phone, little baby. You got me up and I'm wavy. You know I want you to myself. You know you've been driving me crazy. Looking me right in the eye and tell me it's mine. If not, I'ma make it that way. You know I want you in a major way. I bless that body, make you share your grace. I've been trying to get you face to face. Fall through and give you ways to waste. I do what it takes. I make them walls sing on your heartstrings. Say your arms.
I treat you right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby.
Know how to make you feel. I treat you right, I will.
I hit it right, I will.
Trust me, I got you, baby.
Know how to make you feel. I hit it right, I will. Trust me, I got you, baby.
treat you right way. Trust me, I got you by here. Know how to make you feel.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It is good to see each and every one of you. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me or the screen does not look very clear, please give me a thumbs down or angry face. And while you guys are doing that, I am going to shout out everybody who's in the building early. All right. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to John Guillory. Shout out to Miss Nisi. Shout out to Sybil. Shout out to Soas Muscle Pain. Make sure y'all throw some like enforcers in the chat for Soas Muscle Pain. Shout out to Volvo 2 Love. Shout out to Greets. Appreciate you, Miss Nisi, for throwing them like enforcers in the chat. Shout out to Black Spider. Shout out to Tedra. Shout out to my man, Jesse Paris. All right. It is good to see each and every one of you guys. All right. So what we about to do is we about to take a look at some issues going on with this migrant crisis, because the interesting thing about the migrant crisis is, if you ask me, going forward, there's going to be even less coverage of it. And the reason why it's going to be even less coverage of it is because there is a clear media bias to attempt to be a cheerleading squad for Kamala Harris and make it look like there's not really much that she's doing wrong and that she's doing everything correct. We know that she's inseparable with the Biden administration, which means that the border failures of Joe Biden's are also owned by Kamala Harris. And when it comes to discussing her in the mainstream media, when it comes to the migrant crisis, they didn't even discuss the migrant crisis. They definitely have not, and more than likely will not, discuss it in terms of her contribution to most of the failures that we have been seeing at a federal level that are leading to the deterioration of major cities on a local and state level. All right. Shout out to my man, AB Promotions. What's good with it, bro? Good to see you. And shout out to Hurricane IQ. If you guys have not smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and let's take a look at some of these wonderful, potential, aspiring Americans, shall we?
A federal lawsuit filed today on behalf of Venezuelan migrants trying to find work in Chicago.
It alleges physical abuse at the hands of security guards at retail giant Home Depot. Casey Cron is live with details. Casey.
Now, I want to make sure you guys heard that. Did you guys hear that? If you guys heard that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear that, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Tedra. I'm gonna try to be done. I'm gonna try to be done for Tori, and we're gonna run through this.
John and Scott, the allegations date back to last October. 5 migrants say they were physically assaulted in a back room of the Home Depot located at 47th and Western. In addition to the retailer, the city of Chicago and several Chicago police officers are being sued because the lawsuit claims that some of the security guards were off-duty CPD officers working a second job.
There's nothing illegal about seeking out work as day laborers, and that's why what happened to them is very egregious, and we're hoping to end it.
Like many other home improvement stores across the city and suburbs,
day labor work is as old as the city of Chicago.
It's common to see new arrivals who are looking for work wait near the exit of this back of the yards Home Depot. But a new lawsuit filed in federal court on behalf of the Latino Union of Chicago.
Now, pay very close attention to that. Did you guys hear that? The Latino Union of Chicago. Now, here's my question for you. They're suing, quote unquote, on behalf of these migrants, right? Did they do anything or say anything that sounds reminiscent of Black and Brown? If you guys heard them say or do anything that sounds reminiscent of Black and Brown, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear anything like that, and it's like, why do they continue to say Black and Brown when these people clearly only deal with Brown? Then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to my man, DJ Elmo. What's good with you, bro?
and 5 migrants alleges mistreatment, abuse, and a violation of their rights by on-site security. One man, the suit states, was punched in the stomach, kicked in the knee, and thrown to the ground. Another migrant struck in the face and ribs.
They were forced into the store, forced into this back room, hit in various places on their bodies, had to listen to xenophobic insults about where they're from.
Jamitra Fullard with the Raise the Floor Alliance says 4 of her clients are from Venezuela. 1 is from Colombia.
What should not be happening is these abuses that are happening while they're seeking work.
Jason.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you all believe this? And the reason why I'm asking this is because, for one, they're in a sanctuary state, sanctuary city. ICE isn't really putting their hands on them, right? I don't know, man. You don't really hear a lot of stories like that. That's not saying that doesn't happen, but I would think that there would be more situations that would be reported like this if this was an ongoing thing. And then there's the whole entire issue of, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, these people are here illegally to begin with. However, you know what I'm saying? I guess you would expect some level of decorum. But at the same time, I don't know. To me, it sounds like a lot of the migrants are just, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them are kind of unruly and wild. And we hear a lot of, content in social media that kind of focuses on a lot of their criminality. And we don't really hear too much about interactions with them and the police, except for when it's them going at the police. Shout out to Italia. What's good with it, Italia? Yeah, that's a whole, facts. Black Spider says, what rights? You ain't even got the right to be here. That's a huge issue, and that's true. And the thing is that how do you deal? Like, why aren't they dealing with that? That's probably the biggest problem, the biggest issue, the biggest conflict, the biggest inconsistency, and the biggest thing that doesn't make sense, and probably the sole root problem of all of this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Italia for enforcing those likes. Make sure you guys throw some like enforcers in the chat for Italia. Appreciate it.
And Keller with the Illinois Department of Labor adds there are also protections for migrants to ensure they aren't being exploited on the job.
We do not look at immigration status when we get a complaint.
And says the public serves as a crucial set of eyes and ears when it comes to labor violations.
If you see something that doesn't seem right.
So now another question that I would ask is, are there witnesses to any of these crimes? Has anything been caught on videotape? Security cameras got anything? What else do we have going on here?
Please reach out to us.
Shout out to DSB. Shout out to Silla T.
In a statement, a Home Depot spokesperson said, quote, "We take allegations of violence very seriously and are investigating this issue. We believe in respecting all people, and we don't tolerate violence or discrimination." Both the city of Chicago and CPD tell us they cannot comment on pending litigation. Reporting live downtown, Casey Cronin, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right, so there's that. All right. So next, what we about to do is we're going to take a look at this interesting situation. And it's funny because, it's funny because actually, we're going to do something different. We're going to do something different. We're going to go back in time here. Okay. We are going to go back in time. Okay, let me just look at one more thing here. Yeah, we're gonna go back in time. We're gonna look at a video from 9 years ago. Okay, we're gonna look at a video from 9 years ago. Then we're gonna look at one from 8 months ago, and then we're gonna look at one from a couple days ago. And we're gonna ask some basic questions, and you know what those questions are gonna be. Probably one of those questions is gonna be, well, how has anything changed? You know what I'm saying? One of those questions is probably going to be, how has anything changed? And shout out to DSB for jumping it off. I definitely appreciate you, bro. Make sure you guys show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for DSB funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you all think that migrants, as they develop a criminal profile, as they develop a criminal resume, as they're developing this criminal resume, as their criminal profile starts to grow, should they be treated a little bit more aggressive by law enforcement? If you guys think that they should, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys think that they should not, then give me a thumbs down.
Any comment? Tell me what kind of business this is.
Now you guys see what's going on there, right?
I don't know. There you go.
Got
undercover person was sent in actually was not an officer, and then we did send 2 undercover officers in later. There was prices about different sex acts were different prices. We have been conducting surveillance. We did see a tremendous amount of people coming and going. Solicitation to commit prostitution in South Carolina is a misdemeanor, a magistrate level offense, so there's not much punishment here for the customers or the people running the place of business. Well, after we got the complaint, we sent an undercover agent in there to try and check things out, see what the prices were. We got a search warrant, went back in today, sent another undercover agent in. He went in, we sent 2 more agents in behind him, and then we went in, and it was 2 ladies working. One's from Greenville, one's from Charlotte, and we knew that coming in, it would be at least two to the 4. So 2 ladies working, there's 2 rooms. We did run the black light throughout the place, and there was seminal fluid throughout. So, I mean,
that's disgusting. I want to make sure y'all heard that. That's disgusting.
And we knew that coming in, it would be at least two to the 4. So 2 ladies working, there's 2 rooms. We did run the black light throughout the place, and there was seminal fluid throughout.
You're nasty.
So, I mean, in both rooms and in the bathroom and on the towels and on the sheets.
You're nasty. I mean, you're nasty. They didn't have no bleach wipes in there. They didn't have no Lysol wipes in there. They didn't have no soap, water, paper towels, nothing. Nasty.
We've known about it for a couple weeks, but we've received probably 4 to 6 complaints. Rocky York County is fairly small. It's a massage parlor, but they were conducting prostitution in the.
Shout out to Shatera. What's good with it, Shatera?
York County, Rocky, it's hard to have a massage parlor with a house of prostitution without people calling. I mean, we got several complaints of prostitution going on out of this business. We had a problem some time back in Fort Mill with 4 different places, and we were able to shut all 4 of those places down. We haven't had that problem lately now. We've had a problem around the motels, and we've gone on the Craigslist, that type of thing. We've done some prostitution stings around the motels, especially up around Carolina Boulevard. We've done some stings here in Rock Hill. So, and most of the time, it's a misdemeanor magistrate level offense. I'm not condoning the activity. I'm just, with the penalty and all, it doesn't get much publicity. This place was also advertised on the back page, social media, and so we saw it. It had some photos, but it wasn't that explicit. But then we got the calls. I mean, we just got call after call. People just call us, letting us know what's going on.
Oh, God. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nasty. All right, so now what we're about to do is we're about to take a look at this one. All right, and this one is from a year ago. And what's interesting about this video is that this video got 1.8K views, and yet it somehow only has 1 comment on here, and it only has 3 likes. And this is what I'm talking about when I tell you about these videos that involve reporting crime, that involves people who are not like us, that have these weird engagement ratios. They have these weird engagement ratios.
For taking a massage a little too far. I'm Lois Tomey.
I'm Chris Safadi. It happened at more than just one massage parlor in Port
Shout
Charlotte.
out to John Guillory. What's good with you, bro?
Live there for us now. Roderis, how many people were arrested here?
4 women were arrested at 4 different massage spas. And for some of these women, this wasn't their first prostitution buzz, but this was her 5th. These businesses may have signs that read massage on the outside of the building, but Charlotte County deputies say what's been going on here goes beyond massage.
We arrested 4 women for various counts of engaging in prostitution.
Public Information Officer Skip Conroy said in the last several weeks, sheriff deputies say they got various tips and complaints about women performing illegal sex acts. Deputies put together Operation Chronic Pain and arrested these.
Operation Chronic Pain. Now let me look at these. These are the suspects right here. These are the ladies. What do y'all notice about these ladies? Is there anything that you notice about these women that happens to just jump off of the page like a wild kangaroo? Don't be shy. Let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 25 people watching and we got 27 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button and try to get us to 50. If you haven't shared the stream, please take a moment, share that stream. If you guys haven't hit the bell, make sure you guys take a moment, hit that bell. Also, make sure that you are part of the Discord. All right, join the Discord, hit that link that's pinned in the chat. If you try it and it don't work, ask one of the mods. They'll put a brand new link in there. All right. Yeah. Ling Ling. Yellow. Shout out to Gloria. Asian. Facts. Shout out to DJ Elmo. Me love you long time. Shout out to AV. They love me long time. Yeah. Miss Info. Angela Yee. You know what I'm saying? Miss Info. Angela Yee. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
4 women at 4 different spas: Massage Tai Chi, Kaya Spa, Lotus Massage, and Golden Massage. Late Friday, the sheriff's office released a video of their raids.
Hold on, wait a minute. They had one called Lotus. Now we've all learned something. We've all learned something new within the last couple weeks. We got somebody running for president, and their name means Lotus. Lotus for the POTUS. Right? Shout out
Massage
to Kiko.
And Golden Massage. Late Friday, the sheriff's office released a video of their raids and arrest for Kuang Wee Dong. This marks the 5th time she's been arrested since October.
Oh, that's a bad girl right there. What's her name? Kin Wang Wing Wong. What did they say her name was? How did they say it? King Wang Wing Dong. She done got arrested 5 times. How do you getting out so quick? She probably going there and taking care of them officers, and they just let her out. You know what I'm saying? But how do you get in trouble for this 5 times? Now, again, I want you guys to pay attention to the demographic, right?
Earlier this month, deputies arrested Dong for touching a man's private area during a massage session and offered him sexual.
Oh man. She tried the female version of grab him by the pee. I wonder if she MAGA. Did she vote for Trump? She tried the male version of grab him by the pee. Like, that's just wild. You got arrested for illegal touching. You aggressive. You aggressive, girl.
Area during a massage session and offered him sexual services.
Was that an oil change and a tune-up? A little bit of, you know what I'm saying, tire rotation, brake pads, coolant, you know what I'm saying, a flush and fill. What'd she do?
Earlier this month, deputies arrested Dong for touching a man's private area during a massage session and offered him sexual services. The man refused, demanded his money back, and called the sheriff's office. I asked the PIO if it's possible these women or other workers might be
the dude hated on her. The dude hated on her. Bruh.
Victims themselves of human trafficking.
However, we have no evidence at this point to suggest that.
Conroy said there are legitimate massage businesses out there.
We encourage citizens who wish to use those services to do their research, seek out licensed and certified professionals.
Look, they was doing their research. That's how they ended up at that one that y'all busted. He said, if you're looking for a massage parlor, make sure you do your research. Bro, they did. That's how they found the one that y'all had the surveillance on, because that's what they was looking for.
For that.
Now, I visited all 4 of the massage spas. 2 were closed and 2 were open. Sheriff deputies tell me that it's up to the Charlotte County Health Department to decide whether to revoke these locations' licenses. I'm live in Charlotte County, where Darius Richardson, Wink News.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Oh, man. Now, mind you, this just got put up 5 days ago. Exclusive. Watch a massage parlor manager get arrested. Now, I don't know who they got doing their YouTube videos and doing their titles, but you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how effective that's going to be. The video got 10 likes. They put this up 5 days ago. They got 11.5K subs. You know what I'm saying? 999 views on the channel. Like, they got to get some strategy going. Like, spend a little bit of money on your YouTube channel so you can get some return on it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Carlton. What's good with it, bro?
A woman claiming to be the manager of a massage parlor in Collier County is caught in a...
Whoa! What do you guys notice about all these orange jumpsuits? Whoa! Let me pause this real quick. Let's take a look. Let's digest this. Let's take a look at this. What y'all notice? Y'all notice anything? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DSV. They were getting their freak on. Yeah, they was getting their freak on. They was getting it in.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around. I'm rich, biatch.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Oh man. Oh man, it's wild, man. What's the old boy name from Rush Hour? Juntao?
Crackdown on illicit conduct like prostitution at these businesses.
Yeah, the number of arrests are growing thanks in part to a new Florida law.
Week News has been digging into the legislation and how deputies are using it to their advantage. Reporter Olivia Jean is live for us now. Olivia, there's one key part of this law that makes it easier to arrest people.
Chris, that's right. It's another way for law enforcement to crack down on massage parlors without having to, catch them in the act. Now, I talked to Collier County Lieutenant Wade Williams, who is handling all of these arrests, and he says it's easier to identify illegal establishments simply because they operate differently. We caught the latest arrest of a massage parlor worker in Collier County on camera Thursday. She's the man.
Look, now you guys see, you notice anything? Uh-oh. Let me ask you guys this. How is it that a lot of these people end up, getting arrested or getting profiled for the same kind of crimes, but somehow society never, ever slaps a stereotype on these people, except for, quote unquote, being a model minority? How does that work exactly? Somebody help me out and explain to me how that works.
She's the manager of Phoenix Spa, one of the 10 establishments that were raided this week, and 12 people were arrested.
House Bill 197 strengthens areas of the law to provide law enforcement and Department of Health with more resources and power to engage and attack those illicit businesses where they operate differently from legitimate businesses.
One of the things that the new law requires of massage parlors across the state is to check IDs and keep a running list of customers.
And I think it's incredible. There has to have been a way besides experiencing it firsthand, but this is a way to check and double check to see if these people are being logged in and their IDs checked.
Eden is the owner of Hair Logic.
I mean, the thing that's wild about it is that it's overwhelmingly, right? I think it's fair to say it's overwhelmingly a large amount of one particular demographic that, for the most part, is usually always tied up in these kind of crimes. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Which is next to the massage parlor. She thinks the new law is a good thing for safety. Representative Vicky Lopez thinks the same. She sponsored the bill.
Imagine if we start arresting all of these people in these illicit massage establishments. We start suspending the licenses of not only the massage therapist, but of the establishment. Maybe we can actually, really make a dent in the human trafficking crisis that we have in Florida.
Representative Lopez says the Collier County Sheriff's Office was critical in drafting this legislation, and she says similar legislation could be next for nail salons. I'm live in Naples. Olivia Jean, Wink News.
All right, so there's that. All right, and then we have another news report. All right, and it's another news report, and I believe it is the same place. All right, I believe that it's the same place. So we're going to see if they got any more information than what we already working with here. Like, this is ridiculous. And the thing that's wild about this, right, is you guys know, I don't always, I try to stay on top of this stuff, but there's so many crimes and so much stuff that I miss all the time, right? So just imagine what I'm missing.
Right now, 11 people are in the Collier County jail after deputies raided 10 illegal massage parlors. They're trying to stop people from possibly using spas as a front to traffic people for sex. NBC2's Ryan Arbogast is live in Collier County tonight, where deputies are planning to continue to crack down on these growing issues. Ryan?
Police, the Phoenix Spa here in North Naples is just one of 10 businesses that was investigated by the Collier County Sheriff's Office from Immokalee Road all the way to the East Trail.
Now, here's my question. When they take these things to trial, right? When they go to trial, my question for you guys is, what do you all think will come of the case once they end up in court?
And this spa along Pine Ridge Road has a sign right in front of the door that's telling patrons to go home. 10 women and 1 man arrested for violating a new law in Florida that protects women and children from prostitution and human trafficking.
Well, I was gonna go yell at the guy for parking in our parking spot, and then it turned out to be a SWAT team member, and I looked, and there was like all the way around the whole building was just cops.
Laura Smith's business along Davis Boulevard in East Naples is next to one of 10 massage parlors.
Now, mind you, this is in Naples, Florida. All right, it's in Naples, Florida. We're gonna do a little bit of geographic reconnaissance. How many people have ever been to Naples, Florida, or have ever been to Florida, period? If you guys have ever been to Naples, Florida, let me know in the comment section. Describe the area for me. Is it nice? Is it bad? What's the population look like? If you guys want to, you can search and throw some stuff in from Wikipedia. What is Naples, Florida like? Is it a place where you would expect high crime rates, human trafficking, prostitution, and degeneracy like this?
That were targets of a joint sting operation between the Collier County Sheriff's Office and the Florida Department of Health. Law enforcement investigated the businesses across the county after seeing things like late hours, blacked out windows, and online.
Shout out to AW1. AW1 said, "Yo, Rob, you should have Torian on your stream right now." Torian probably tired of me. When he came on, what was we on? We probably was on there for like 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Is he doing the Migrant Madness stream? No, he's doing the stream about Valencia Gomez, isn't he? Or is that her name, Valencia Gomez? He doing a stream about her, that old weird modern woman that got destroyed down there in Missouri.
Reviews. Deputies tailed customers after they left and asked if they had received sexual favors for cash.
A little bit. I mean, I thought there was like, you know, some kind of extra massage going on, but nothing like that bad.
Now here's the thing, right? She thought that there was a little extra massage going on, but nothing that bad. You know, in most cases, if they think that there's something going on and it's something going on with us, man, these people don't hesitate. They got police on speed dial. You know what I'm saying? They'll call the National Guard on speed dial. Shout out to Reparations Nation. What's good with you, bro? They'll call the National Guard on speed dial. How come she didn't call nobody? She didn't call the police. She didn't call Ron DeSantis. She didn't call nobody.
Since July 1st, a new law says parlors must follow 3 rules. Keep a log of customer encounters, have IDs for all of their employees, and ensure no workers are sleeping on the premises. Any missteps, and they're off to the Collier County Jail on misdemeanor charges. All steps, Linda Oberhaus, with the Shelter for Abused Women and Children, supports.
You know, I think these signs of not having access to IDs, being forced to work against their will, being forced to live in their place of employment, if you would call it employment, they're just signs that they're being forced to into the life of human trafficking.
About half of the massage parlors that we visited today in Collier County still had their doors open. The Collier County Sheriff's Office says now that's in the Department of Health's hands to decide whether or not their business licenses will be revoked. I'm reporting live and local tonight in North Naples.
All right, so there's that. And shout out to y'all for hitting the bots. I definitely appreciate it. All right, so let me see what we got next. What's coming up next? All right, so next we're gonna look at this little video. Yeah, we're gonna look at this little video from New York Times. And this video is called "There's No Way to Turn Yourself In." Yeah, they're talking about migrants. For whatever reason, apparently there's no way to turn themselves in. I don't know why that is, but at the same time, the best course of action is probably just not to come, right? If you guys agree that the best course of action in most cases is probably just don't come, or come by using a legal means, then give me a thumbs up. If not, then give me a thumbs down and let me know what you think.
Y pues ya no están dejando entrar a nadie. Y si te entregas a migración, te devuelven. Estamos en un albergue. Ahora yo estoy en las manos de Dios.
This river crossing between Guatemala and Mexico is a major transit point for millions of migrants trying to get to the United States every year. We came here weeks after President Biden issued an executive order in early June, which limited and temporarily suspended asylum requests along the U.S.-Mexico border.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Have you ever noticed that when it comes to the mainstream media outlets, and all of the subsidiary outlets, when they discuss Joe Biden, they never discuss him in terms of accountability for the migrant crisis or making the migrant crisis worse. The only way that they discuss Joe Biden is they talk about him in terms of making it look like all of his actions have limited border action. Do you guys notice that? Shout out to Unsunken One. What's good with it, bro?
Forcing many migrants to rethink their journey and allowing human smugglers to see it as a business opportunity.
La frontera sí está cerrada. Sí nos sirve un poco como de publicidad. ¿Eso en qué nos beneficia a nosotros?
The Biden administration said unauthorized border crossings were down more than 50% in the 6 weeks following the executive order. But Enrique Vidal, who monitors human rights and migration in southern Mexico, says there may be more to the story behind the latest numbers from the U.S. government. He expects there will be a shift in migration, but not a stop.
Esto no se debe necesariamente a cambios en los contextos y en las dinámicas en los flujos migratorios. Más bien lo que estamos observando están habiendo cambios en las dinámicas y en las estrategias en que las personas se están desplazando a lo largo de la región.
Previously, migrants could illegally cross the U.S.-Mexico border and still claim asylum after turning themselves in to border.
Now, again, why was it ever set up like this in the first place? Why was it ever set up like this in the first place? Let's just explore that real quick. Does that setup make any sense? To me, what that does is that encourages them to come to the United States illegally because they know that there's no consequence, and then they can be released into the interior of the United States and then go where they need to go. If you guys agree that it kind of doesn't make any sense, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree and you make sense out of it, well, then please share with us.
Previously, migrants could illegally cross the U.S.-Mexico border and still claim asylum after turning themselves in to Border Patrol. This no longer being an option, Lady Comanades is choosing to take the longer legal route.
Tengo una amiga que se fue hace poco y ella se entregó en la frontera y pues la deportaron hasta su país, que es de Honduras. Lo importante es tener paciencia y esperar tu cita para que entres legal, porque puede pasar una semana como pueden pasar 2 meses, 3 meses, 4 meses para que te den la cita.
But here in southern Mexico, others are opting for a quicker, riskier way. This smuggler, who asked not to be identified, has been moving migrants across the region for 2 decades. He had just moved 2 Dominican migrants across the Guatemala-Mexico border.
Now, this dude been moving people across the border for 2 decades. He's been doing this for 2 decades. So let me ask you guys this. If this dude has been doing this for 2 decades, how long has this type of situation been an issue? Legitimately, like, how long have people been dealing with this? You know what I'm saying?
When we met him at one of his safe houses.
Cuando regularmente por un viaje a atravesarse todo México está entre $4,500 y $6,000, nosotros acá tenemos que hacer un aumento por las restricciones que hay en la otra frontera y porque todo el proceso o el camino aquí en México se pone más dificultoso, no solo por las autoridades, sino por los cárteles, y pues hay que sobornar a casi que a medio mundo aquí en México para poder hacer eso.
Smugglers like him are now profiting on the confusion and anxiety resulting from the sudden policy change.
Siempre hay un punto ciego en el cambio de ley. Entonces, en base a lo que la ley dice del momento, si en este caso vemos que no puede ser recibido, nosotros pues cambiamos la estrategia. Por un poco más de dinero, nosotros ya lo cruzamos la frontera y lo llevamos hasta casa de sus familiares en Estados Unidos.
Este tipo de órdenes ejecutivas corresponden a respuestas improvisadas, mal diseñadas, destinadas a fracasar, al igual como han fracasado los intentos de restringir cada vez más los flujos migratorios. Lo único que provoca es recrudecer la violencia y favorecer la economía criminal.
The Biden administration maintains that its strategy is stemming the tide of migrants trying to enter the U.S. illegally, and the people we spoke to say it has forced them to alter their plans. Still, while unauthorized border crossings are way down, it's hard to say whether they will stay that way.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. What do you guys think will be contingent on these illegal border crossings staying down? Yeah, right. Shout out to Carlton. He's been moving bodies since Lil Bush was in office. Facts. He's been making the migrant moves since Bush was ducking shoes. Oh, bars.
For now, Colmenares says she will try to get legal status in Mexico, which would at least allow her to reach the U.S. border if she's given an appointment by CBP.
Lo que hice fue que metí papeles por Kumar, por ANUR, a ver si me dan el apoyo para poder avanzar. En este momento me encuentro esperando.
All right, so there's that. All right. So now next, what we're about to do is we're going to look at this video right here. And this video talks about the rising anti-migrant sentiments in Canada. Now, do you guys remember we just looked at a video yesterday, and that video that we looked at yesterday talked about the increased incident of illegal migrant crossings from the northern border. The northern border is now starting to become a problem. And if you ask me, the northern border has the potential to quickly become a worse problem than the southern border, because the northern border is not meant to take as much traffic. There's not as much guards. There's not as much physical barricade. It's just open air and opportunity. And once they start organizing and seeing that, they'll be able to flood that place, come in through points of entry in Canada, and it could get out of control really quick, if you ask me. Despite that, there's a growing anti-immigrant sentiment in Canada, which is interesting, right? Because Canada is one of the more quote unquote liberal, right? Quote unquote left-leaning, quote unquote accepting countries. Would you guys agree? So let's see what they're talking about. This is an article from The Guardian. Who knew that it was going down like this in Canada? If you guys knew that it was going down like this in Canada, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't know that it was going down like this in Canada, then give me a thumbs up if you knew it was going down. If you didn't, then give me a thumbs down. Now, here's the thing. I think that Canada has been taking these people in a lot longer, and they've been a lot more liberal with this and been just accepting these people for a lot longer time than they have in the United States, because even as liberal as the United States is, I think that we're still like more conservative and further to the right than Canada is. So now, you know what I'm saying, the Leafers, they're extremely upset. You know what I'm saying? I asked you guys a question. Shout out to David Brown. What's good with it, bro? Do you guys remember the Undocumented Bros Global? How many people were around when I was doing the Undocumented Bros Global videos? If you guys were around back then, give me a thumbs up. If you guys were not, give me a thumbs down. Just so everybody knows, those are probably going to be coming back, all right? Because we got some motion and some movement and some stuff going on. However, let me ask you guys this. In all of the different situations that we know about when it comes to these situations, doesn't it seem like they all have the same story? They all move with the same order of events. It's always the same ending. Doesn't it seem like that? Shout out to Caldona. What's good with it, Caldona? To like Western life, because that's what happens with all of us. We're all like what they consider working poor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happens. Like when you live in the West, like when you live in the United States or when you live in Canada, you work to have no money. I don't know if they told you that or if they had that on TikTok, but that's kind of the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, they sell these people a bill of goods. They sell these people a bill of goods. And this is one of the things that we touched on in Undocumented Bros Global, right? We're going to be touching on that again. And we're going to ask this question here. Doesn't it seem like they have a specific template for purposeful mismanagement of these situations? Does it seem like there's a specific blueprint, a specific algorithm, a specific nomogram that is in place for purposeful designed mismanagement of these situations? Because the thing that's so interesting about this is that they should have a whole learning curve behind this, because this is literally what's going on in every single country where they've had these migrant crises, which is pretty much everywhere in the Western. The same. Now he's sounding like a lot of us and Trump in them. What I find fascinating is that a lot of these people from a lot of these different countries, like, nobody has really connected and talked to each other and networked and shared notes about these situations. So since that has not happened, I'm throwing out the open invite that if you live in a country that's dealing with a migrant crisis, let's compare notes. Join my Discord, tag me on Twitter. Let's compare notes. How many people think that that's a good idea? If you guys think that that's a good idea, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that that's a good idea, you think that it's a bad idea, then give me a thumbs down. Right there, that's interesting, and it's very telling. And I think that people should pay very close attention to how he just completely skirted any responsibility for the racism and xenophobia, which if it's not anybody's fault that people can't separate those things. It's nobody's fault. Nobody has to feel sorry for you. Nobody has to give you any leniency or slack for your incapability. But he's saying that as if, well, what should be expected is that this will be normalized. No, there's nothing normal about that at all. You know what I'm saying?
To fear wronging us.
That is part of the Canadian identity. They must have got their notes from the same place that the United States did. We got Joe Biden everywhere, all over the place, every 5 minutes, talking about, quote unquote, we are a country of immigrants. So here's the question: who wrote the playbook? Who wrote the notes? Who scheduled the agenda?
Canada needs more people. You know, immigration in Canada is not just something that we do. It's who we are. It's who we've always been.
At the annual Newcomer Day.
Yeah, it's really not. It used to just be a bunch of Inuit people, and then they kind of got slaughtered, kind of like what happens to everybody when Europeans arrive. But that's neither. Well, incredible diversity and talent. Well, we got them sitting up there talking about DEI. Sound familiar? I mean, I know Canada's real similar to the United States, you know what I'm saying? But, if nobody had told you, would you know that this was the United States? Oh, yeah, I know all about Trudeau, DJ Elmo. We're going to have to start talking about him more. How many people would be interested in more, like some streams, getting more specific with this stuff and focusing on people like Trudeau? If that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know, and let me know in the comment section after. Where they're using talking points from a template. I want you guys to pay very close attention. Pay very close attention to how these talking points line up. If you didn't know any better, you would literally think that you were watching something from the United States. But here's the trick. We're not. Yeah, and I'm down. Shout out to Caldona. So you guys know what to do. If you guys agree with Caldona, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Now, make sure if you guys see any information in regards to any of this stuff, y'all know what to do. Throw it in the Discord and tag me in it. That when it comes down to this stuff, like why is it okay for the people who live there to just be forgotten about? Why is it okay for the people that live there to just be forgotten about? Like, to me, that logic is insane. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't know how the people who deal with this stuff directly, I don't know how they tolerate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how they tolerate it, because it's extremely unfair, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? They really kind of just get passed up. And they the ones that are paying taxes, the ones that have been there the entire time, you know what I'm saying, through thick and thin with the country, for better or for worse, right? And they kind of just don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, well, this is what we're doing. Y'all got to deal with it. And it's just wild. Now, how many people heard about those situations going on over in the UK? DJ Elmo had asked about that. You guys heard about those? Elon Musk has been crashing out like Elon Musk always does. We all know that Elon Musk is one of the crash out kings. And he's going at it with another world leader. He's going at it with another world leader. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk launches Twitter tirade over far-right riots as minister brands billionaire deeply irresponsible. And we've said that before. We talked about that when we talked about the situation with his kid. In a series of posts to his social media platform X, Musk repeatedly suggested that communities in the UK are treated differently under the law. Now, that's interesting, right? When we talk about these communities in the UK being treated differently under the law, what exactly are we talking about here? What exactly are we talking about here? I'm gonna try to get this off the screen real quick because I don't think it's happening. Let me see. Hold on real quick. Let me reset this. I don't think it's happening. Hold on. Whoa. All right, hold on. Hopefully this will work. Let me see. Give me a sec. Come on. Come on. I don't know. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, hold on. Let's not move too suddenly so it don't stop working. While you guys are waiting, if you haven't hit the like button yet, take a moment, hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share this stream to your social media. All right, look, we did all this for just for 27 seconds. All right, let's see.
The owner of Twitter, who said,
let me see.
Does that also apply to Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter, who said the UK was heading for a civil war?
So I think Elon Musk's comments are totally unjustifiable. I think at the moment, as I have said, everyone should be calling for calm. He does have a responsibility given this huge platform that he has. And so, to be honest, I think his comments are pretty deplorable.
All right, so there's that. All right. So hold on real quick. I'm gonna try to. I don't know why you can't get rid of this. This is something. Hold on. Full screen. Yeah, man. I don't like the coding that they use on these websites. All right. Anyway, Elon Musk has launched another Twitter tirade about the UK's handling of a crime after he was accused of being deeply irresponsible by a government minister. Posting on his social media platform on Tuesday afternoon, he repeatedly implied that communities are treated differently under the law, so-called quote-unquote two-tier policing. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Don't you find it interesting how these people are so unoriginal that they can't even come up with their own terminology? Let me ask you guys this. Who came up with the two-tier terminology in regards to law enforcement? Where did that come from? In one of his posts, Musk showed a video from U.S. right-wing influencer Andy No, and I think he lives in the UK now, showing a group of men wearing balaclavas with some waving Palestinian flags. Okay. The caption claimed, quote unquote, armed Muslim patrol members surrounded and attacked a pub after marching around the area looking for, quote unquote, white right-wingers to attack. Doesn't it seem like it's very interesting how the narrative is literally the same wherever you go? There's just all of these innocent white right-wing people that are in countries that they're not native to, that are just never have done anything wrong ever, and everybody's just out to harm them. Doesn't that just seem weird how that always happens? So now here it says, reposting the clip, the owner of X asked, why aren't all communities protected in Britain? He later replied to the video, which now has more than 10 million views, with the hashtag, quote unquote, 2-tier Keir. Okay. Now, I want you guys to pay very close attention. Elon Musk, he really, really wants to be a world leader. He really, really wants to be a world leader. And this is one of the reasons why his new toy to play with is now I'm just going to get involved in international affairs. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's going to happen is that because a lot of the United States is very dependent on a lot of his technology and his businesses and stuff like that, what we're going to see happen is that he's just going to get completely out of control, and eventually he's going to cause a huge existential issue for the countries that he's most closely associated with, because they never checked him and they let him run around and do whatever he wants to, like a spoiled adult child. Okay. Downing Street on Monday rejected allegations of two-tier policing in the UK, with a spokesperson saying the government does not recognize that characterization. Okay. In another post, Mr. Musk shared an infographic suggesting that white men serve longer sentences for less serious crimes. Now, thank goodness we got our own source right here in the chat that is in the UK, and they can tell us whether this is true or not. Shout out to my man DJ Elmo. Where in the world do white men serve longer sentences for less serious crimes? And then let's also ask the question, who's doing the sentencing? Let's just say that white men are doing this longer sentences for less crimes. It's white governments doing those sentences. Shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo says, not true. Pseudo facts. Yeah, so we definitely going to have to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going to have to talk about this. The graphic, which pictured 3 different men, claimed that one served 15 weeks in jail for posting a quote-unquote racist comment on Facebook. And what I want you guys to pay attention to is that when it comes to these people, the weird obsession with them attempting to justify racism. It always comes down to that. Do you guys notice that? If you guys notice, when they feel like they're being treated unfair, it's always somebody restricting them from committing unadulterated and unrestricted racism. It's very weird. You know what I'm saying? While wrongly claiming another did 180 hours of community service and no jail time for the grape of a 12-year-old girl. Instead, he was convicted of 3 counts of sexual assault and assaulting a child under 13 by penetration, and given a 2-year prison sentence, suspended for 2 years. Okay. Sharing the post, which now has more than 11 views after it was posted by Hercules actor Kevin Sorbo, Musk asked, what the hell is going on? It's no longer apartheid. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Shout out to DJ Elmo. How many people remember that live stream on Crimecast? If you guys aren't subscribed to Crimecast, if one of the mods could put the link to Crimecast in the chat, make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to Crimecast. Remember on Crimecast when we did the international Crimecast and we talked about the group of people that commits the most crimes in the UK? The group of people that commits the most crime in the UK, unless it's changed per a report from the Telegram, was the Armenian people. I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm going to say it for record-keeping purposes. Last time I checked, Armenians aren't black. You know what I'm saying? Tech billionaire also shared unverified footage of police officers arresting someone for allegedly making offensive or obscene comments on social media, saying, arrested for making comments on Facebook. Is this Britain or the Soviet Union? Well, it would probably be Britain, because when the Soviet Union was in existence, Facebook wasn't. But again, this is them using their low IQ, revisionist, idiotic history. You would never have posted something and be living in the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union was broken apart and had collapsed decades before Facebook was even thought of. You know what I'm saying? But that's the hair flick logic. You know what I'm saying? That's the hair flick logic. So now here it says the billionaire tech boss also responded to a social media post from the prime minister questioning the government's decision to provide extra protection for mosques. He asked, shouldn't you be concerned about the attacks on all communities? So there we go. We should be concerned about what the data says. And if the data says that the individuals who are getting the mosque, protection are the ones who are getting the most attacks against them, and that data is accurate, the data is what should be first verified, followed up on, and then acted upon. Would you guys agree? Oh, Albanians. Oh, yeah, okay. Shout out to DJ Elmo. Albanians. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. Okay. Musk's Twitter spree comes after he posted on Monday, civil war is inevitable. So I want you guys to pay very close attention that these people continue to put their hand in a hornet's nest, and they're not going to be satisfied until they get it stung. Okay. But I want people to pay attention and be aware of this, because you got to understand that when you're living in an environment where you're around a lot of people like this, they're constantly pushing that envelope to start this so that they can attempt to do whatever type of nefarious action that they want to do, and then quote unquote justify it under the guise of self-defense, which is one of the reasons why you always got to make sure that you're aware of your surroundings and able to be in a situation where you can completely take control of a situation if you need to. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, I think everyone at the moment should be calling for calm. We have to find a way to tackle this disorder that we're seeing on our streets and in our communities. We will have and continue to have a robust police response. There will be swift and effective justice, but all individuals who have a platform should be behaving responsibly. And at the same time, you know, as much of an idiot as Elon Musk is, at the same time, the people that make the laws and the people that's supposed to manage the money, they should be restricting and, you know what I'm saying, inflow of a lot of these immigrants. They should be doing that responsibly too. And my thing is that if all these governments are so tired of Elon Musk, I mean, it's real easy to fix the problem. Stop feeding him money. Stop giving him all them handouts. All Elon Musk does is sit around and collect government checks. I mean, if they really don't want him to be as effective at being a complete moron as he is, turn the money faucet off. I mean, it's not that hard. Yeah, I got to agree. Shout out to DJ Elmo. Musk is a descendant of apartheid legacy. He's just continuing the tradition. Facts. Former conservative cabinet member Rory Stewart replied to Mr. Musk on X saying, seriously, since when have you claimed to understand British communities or British politics? Exactly how many days have you spent with these communities? Did it ever occur to you that this might perhaps be the wrong time to sound off about a subject you know nothing about. Well, these people have literally provided themselves the cushion to be able to literally just blurt out and have diarrhea of the mouth unfettered with no consequences. So now you have to deal with a bunch of people acting the way that you've trained these people to act over the generations. I guess the only thing that I could tell you is tame your dog. You know what I'm saying? So now it says Lib Dem MP Tim Farron says there is no excuse for Mr. Musk's remarks, adding, "I'm white and I'm a Christian. No one is chucking bricks at my church or telling me to go back where I come from. I'm concerned about attacks on the communities that are actually being attacked. I'm more concerned about why is it that that is a common trait amongst white people all across the world to behave like that. That's what I'm the most concerned about. I'm concerned about that because really maybe, you know what I'm saying, that they're not really the group of people that really should be integrating with the rest of the world if this is what happens every time they come around other people. We can't ignore this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cindy. What's good with it, Cindy? Welcome to the stream. Would you guys agree? So now here it says a Downing Street spokesperson said there is no justification for the original comment that civil war is inevitable, adding, "We're talking about a minority of thugs that do not speak for Britain." All right. So now check. Here goes Elon Musk's tweet. Is this still happening? Taxes are the price we pay to live in a civilized society. So now, and then as you can see down here, this is Asian gangs. All right. So now here it says, as Prime Minister Rishi Sunak rolled out the red carpet for Musk, hosting him at one of the star guests at the UK's AI Safety Summit last year, Sunak conducted a 50-minute interview with the billionaire, which saw the pair discuss how London is a leading hub for the AI industry and how to best regulate the technology in the future. And basically what Elon Musk is doing is he's trying to put pressure on the country so that he can have some type of favorable deal to be able to get a business in over there. That's really it. He really doesn't care about any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? The role comes amid growing claims that social media is fueling violent disorder seen across UK cities over the last week. And it's not, because it's always violent in the UK. They always have some type of riots going on, and it's always unruly, angry, entitled W's over there in the UK. Shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo said, most of the migrants in the UK come from Syria, Albania, and Afghanistan. What do they all have in common? UK invaded their country and decimated their country. Huh. Sounds like a lot of the people that come to the United States that the migrant crisis is never discussed in terms of. You know what I'm saying? The row comes amid growing claims that social media is fueling the violent disorder seen across UK cities over the last week, in threats to derail the government efforts to get social media companies to play a more active role in removing harmful content from their platforms. That's one of the reasons why Elon Musk bought Twitter. Elon Musk's purpose in buying Twitter was to buy Twitter to make sure that he's allowed to maintain all of the harmful content on there that he wants to maintain. I mean, that's literally the purpose of him buying it. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. So now here it says hundreds of people have been arrested after riots linked to the far right rocked major cities, including Manchester, Liverpool, and Hull, with violent mobs setting fire to hotels, houses, housing refugees, and clashing with the police. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's funny because when they talk about like Black Lives Matter and all of that, you know what I'm saying, burning this stuff down and all that, nobody ever talks about all of these burnings that go on over here. But guess what? We got a video on this channel talking about this because this literally just happened a month ago, if I'm not mistaken, in Ireland. Shout out to DJ Elmo, didn't a literal situation almost exactly like this happen about 6 or 7 months ago in Ireland? Science and Technology Secretary Peter Kyle met with the bosses of X, TikTok, Meta, and Google on Monday, evening as a part of an attempt to make clear their responsibility to continue to work with us to stop the spread of hateful misinformation and incitement. And again, we run into this issue of, you know what I'm saying, who's the people determining what is versus what isn't misinformation. And if we have a bunch of dishonest people who are supposed to be the quote unquote fact checkers, we really have a huge problem. Shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo said, Black Light, can my FBA family loan me that infamous folding chair used last year at the boat fight? I may need it. Yeah, we got you, bro. We got you. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the anniversary of that just a couple of days ago. So, you know what I'm saying? We could definitely get you hooked up with some white folding chairs so that you could fold some other things if necessary. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk is accountable to no one. That probably is why he behaves the way that he does. That's usually what happens. We just solved a problem. I think enough said. Think enough said. You know? Elon Musk, accountable to no one. UK tech minister says amid disinformation during riots. All right. Elon Musk is the one person who is accountable to no one, and his impact on public discourse should not be underestimated. The UK's technology minister said in an interview with the Times newspaper, adding to recent criticisms of the technology billionaire from senior government officials. Now, let me ask you guys this question. It's interesting that they're mentioning this, and I'm gonna have to take this so we could actually do a deeper dive on it, right? But didn't I say that? Didn't I say that Elon Musk is an existential threat? Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like, I'm saying like there should literally be a thing dedicated to neutralizing him. Didn't I say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's interesting about this whole thing is that I literally said that. And I said that in terms of us, not in terms of anybody else. But what's interesting about this situation is now, you know, it's gone beyond us, and there's other people who are now saying the exact same thing. Now there's other people who are saying the exact same thing. So you see that, DJ Elmo? Shout out to Tedra. Tedra said Monday was the anniversary. There you go. Okay. So now here it says Peter Kyle, Secretary of Science, Innovation, and Technology, said in the interview, which was published Wednesday, that Musk has the power to influence major world affairs, even the war between Russia and Ukraine. And again, didn't we talked about the crash out with Elon Musk? I said this before these people said it. I asked, when it comes to us, who has the power to influence world events? You know what I'm saying? Who has this kind of influence? Who has the resources to make these kind of things happen? And I said, I think that it's kind of problematic that it's not really a priority, or it's not something that people really take serious. I think people see this as an insurmountable challenge. So instead of facing it head on, you know, people kind of tend to run away from it. And it's not really a good, it's not really ever a good strategy to run away from your problems. It's always the best strategy to face your problems head on. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Kyle added that the relationship Britain has with companies such as X and other major social media firms is much more akin to the negotiations with fellow secretaries of state in other countries, simply because of the scale and scope that they have. And again, this is what I was saying about how people don't really understand. People are not really going to understand how much of a threat Elon Musk is until people understand the amount of damage or the amount of negative influence that a person or an entity that's larger than life can have. If they have antitrust, laws, right, and those antitrust laws stop somebody from being able to completely control a price or completely control an industry, there should be some type of anti-financial trust laws that stop somebody from being able to weaponize their wealth, you know what I'm saying, to encapsulate the entire world. I think that should be a thing. But if they made that illegal, then they would have to re-examine the situation that we have with verifiable WS. So that's something that's never going to happen. So in order to mitigate these things, when I say it's never going to happen, what I mean is that those people are never going to make it happen. That doesn't get us out of the woods. What that translates to is that we have to make it happen. That's what that means. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people should understand that, and people should move like that moving forward. When people start saying, well, that's never going to happen, understand that when you say that it's never going to happen, what that should mean is that it's never going to happen if they do it. However, we're going to make it happen. Shout out to DJ Elmo. I think you guys should take a look at these statistics. DJ Elmo says UK is 84% white people, 9% Asian, 4% black. The source is the census in 2021. So I think that's very telling. What does that say about the situation with any type of political power or influence? What does that say about the situation with any type of political power and influence? His comments, which were made before the recent riots in the UK, follow Sunday's controversial remarks from Musk about British affairs. The entrepreneur who owns the X social media site and is the CEO of electric vehicle maker Tesla made a post on his platform suggesting that immigration would lead to a civil war in the UK. Now, that's interesting, right? Because this is one of the reasons why we're talking about this on Undocumented Bros. Because all of this, quote unquote, allegedly is occurring because of immigration mismanagement, which is something that we're dealing with right now. Okay. Kyle is not the only government official leveling criticism at Musk. On Monday, the British Prime Minister's official spokesperson said that there was no justification for comments like those made by the X's owner and chairman. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Why do you all think that Elon Musk is just running around acting like he should say this kind of stuff and it's okay? If you ask me, Elon Musk is more likely to do this kind of stuff because there's no consequence for it. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure you guys show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some like enforcers in the chat. And absolutely, please take a moment, hit that like button, subscribe, tap the notification, and hit that bell twice for more great content. And for stuff you might miss, make sure you hit the Discord. All right. At the very least, subscribe to Rumble and hit the Discord. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, meanwhile, Heidi Alexander, UK's court minister, on Tuesday said in response to Musk's comment that anyone with a platform on social media should behave responsibly. Now, let me ask you guys this question. When they say that anybody with a platform on social media should, quote unquote, behave responsibly, what does that mean? And how does somebody behave responsible when they have never had a consequence? Shout out to Black Spider. When you've never had a consequence enforced on you, because you can't have a consequence enforced on you, how do you self-regulate of being responsible? Elon Musk has developed in an environment where his environment has created an individual who doesn't know responsibility. And when I say he doesn't know responsibility, what I mean is that there's no mechanism to be able to enforce any kind of consequence on him. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, then give me a thumbs down. All right. So now here it says Kyle has held conversations with social media firms, including TikTok, Facebook, parent company Meta, and Google and X in relation to the riots to remind them of their responsibility to tackle misinformation online. The UK last year passed the Online Safety Act, a landmark law that seeks to ramp up enforcement on illegal and harmful content on the internet. And I'm sure somebody will ask the question, well, where's the protection for the illegal immigration? You know what I'm saying? It's somebody out there that's going to ask that. Yeah, and I got to ask Carlton, if you guys agree with Carlton. I mean, when it comes to people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all these rich people that I keep saying, one of the main projects that we need to do is we need to create our own grassroots people that have financial means to be able to at least somewhat nullify or be able to rival these people. They can do anything, which means that they can also, if they want to, they can do anything to us. And it's just a matter of time before they start getting bored and wanting to try to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you guys agree, then give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. Okay? So now here it says, however, Media and Telecommunications Watchdog, Ofcom, which is the regulator tasked with enforcing the law, is unable to take action against companies for allowing harmful posts inciting the ongoing riots, as not all the powers from the act have come into force yet. Ofcom told CNBC that it is moving quickly to implement the act so that it can be enforced as soon as possible. However, new duties on tech firms requiring them by law to actively police their platforms won't come into force until 2025. Tesla's press office did not immediately respond to a request for comment from Musk. All right. So, yeah, again, just last week, you know what I'm saying, Elon Musk crashed out with Nicolas Maduro. I mean, he literally invited Nicolas Maduro to a fight. You know what I'm saying? And Nicolas Maduro took him up on it. You know what I'm saying? He definitely took him up on it. But, you know, it didn't end up materializing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got to agree. Shout out to Black Spider. Black Spider said they think and know that consequence is a black man's problem. Yeah, facts. Facts. And one of the things that we have to do is we have to start getting it together. We have to start organizing, and we have to start being able to create our own social machinery that mitigates that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Cindy P. Cindy P says, like evil Bill Gates, you got to double watch him. Facts. And y'all know that we're going to be talking about him over here, so make sure that you got them notifications locked. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Elmo. DJ Elmo says UK has an aging population and low birth rate of declining W population. Brexit as damaged trade. Even Prince Harry fled. Yeah. Yeah, and I actually did a live stream about that. So make sure you guys, if the old live streams come up on your homepage, make sure you guys watch them. Check them out. Leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? It's always good when, you know what I'm saying, you see like some of the old content, get some new comments on it because somebody checked it out. That kind of shows you that YouTube is actually working. You know what I'm saying? So do not move a muscle. Make sure that you guys wait until the music is over. And this live stream will take you into the premiere window for the next one. What you guys have been doing a great job. Continue the great job. Make sure that you bring a friend. Hit that bell once you get in there. Hit the like button and make sure that you leave a comment. I'm going to shout out DSB. DSB was the stream sponsor. Definitely appreciate you, bro. Shout out to everybody who always sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Been doing a lot of streams, and I've been doing that because you guys have been so supportive. I'm gonna try to stay on top of the news and try to stay on top of some of these other type of stories that you like. Help me out by dropping stuff into the Discord, tagging me on Twitter. To the moderators, you guys have the ability to leave links. You can always leave links in the comment sections. Y'all know what to do. I definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all. I will see you all on the next stream. If you're not subscribed to the backup channels, take a moment. Make sure that you subscribe to the backup channels. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got scheming, say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though, please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city, that's on my knee, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that face. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street, flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat, cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this like, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, I'm really him. Hold up, look, walking this like, hey, yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey.